Good morning, everybody. I'm on my way to AfriCFest, and I was thinking about the classes that we're going to be doing for the next, well, we got 10 more to go after Wednesday with Aquarius. So one of the reasons why it's important to know your sun sign is because the sun sign, it represents the personality, which is the ego. And what many people don't know is that the ego, it rules unless you know how to master it, which is biblical. Discipline it, right? It's never going to die, but it must come into alignment with the rest of your spirit nature in order for you to be able to operate in maybe perfection. I don't want to say perfection, but according to the Christian way, because a lot of people, have been confused about astrological signs, but we're born at a date and time for a reason. And so looking into that, the Christian concept or religion and your spiritual concept comes in when you begin to walk in the divinity of who you are, and that divinity has to do with the perfection of your soul, which your soul has brought you here to do. One of the things that you must do, or we must do first, is know thyself, as the philosophers said, and Jesus was also saying it. Muhammad was saying it. If you study the religions without separation and division, that kind of thing. However, the sun sign represents the ego, so the ego must come into alignment with the spirit and the soul for an individual to come into harmony with his divine purpose, or hers. So it's not just the sun sign, it is also the rising sign, and the rising sign has a lot to do with your spirit man and what you are going to do. It's in the middle of your moon sign. Your moon sign, like mine is Scorpio, is very important because it rules areas of your weakness, and your weakness will come into agreement with your ego once you master those two. Like, if you don't know what your emotional issues are, look at your moon sign. The next thing is your ego is ruling by its insecurity. So those two will go together, and they will kind of like make a fiasco of situations if you don't understand yourself. So what I'm asking you to do is look at these areas. I'm driving and I'm trying to watch the map as well. Watch these areas so that you can overcome some of the behaviors that you've seen that you don't like, and look at astrology as an astral perception from the heavens. Don't look at astrology the way that people have made it and said that it was a taboo. That was just for a people not to come into an understanding of their self, because the less of people that come into an understanding of their self, the more the world system is able to capitalize off of you. And I don't want to get into that, but what we want to do is look at our sun sign, our rising sign, and our moon sign, because when we begin to look at them, what we're going to do is understand that we are created out of different energies that need to come together congruently and work influently on a positive level. Okay, so it's all about positive. But if you don't have this information, then how can you know yourself? Because your date of birth and time was for a specific reason, right? And because of that, you need to understand your horoscope. If not, people are always going to be at a place where they're running to and fro, emotionally broken or traumatized, and so on. All right, so God bless you. My class for Aquarian energy, which is Uranus, is on October the 2nd at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific. All right, blessings.